Hello guys, welcome to True Crime with Dixon. Today we're going to take an in-depth look at one of the most intense and tragic military engagements involving U.S. forces in recent years, the Tongo ambush in Niger in 2017. This is a story of extraordinary valor, selfless sacrifice, and the unbreakable brotherhood that bonds America's elite fighters. It's the kind of battle that reinforces just how exceptional the men and women of our armed forces truly are. On October 4, 2017, a joint patrol of U.S. Green Berets and Nigerian soldiers set out from a village called Tongo in pursuit of a high-level ISIS target. What they didn't know was that they were being lured into a hell on earth, a meticulously planned kill zone waiting to be sprung by a force of over 100 highly trained and heavily armed ISIS militants. In the ensuing ambush and harrowing escape, we'll see incredible acts of heroism as the American troops fought overwhelming odds to protect each other and assist their Nigerian partners. Outnumbered, outgunned, and separated, this is their story of the deadliest firefight American Special Forces had faced in years. Get ready, because over the next few minutes we're going to relive the brutal reality of that fateful day through first-hand accounts, battle footage, and the extraordinary tales of the selfless patriots who made the ultimate sacrifice. This is the Tongo ambush. Let's roll the footage. In the vast, unforgiving expanse of the Sahel region in West Africa, a land where the scorching sun beats down relentlessly and the desert sands stretch as far as the eye can see, a group of America's elite warriors found themselves thrust into the crucible of combat. They were the Green Berets, the best of the best, highly trained special operations forces whose unwavering courage and expertise were called upon to confront the ever-present threat of terrorism that plagued this volatile region. It was October 4, 2017, and a convoy of 8 heavily armed pickup trucks carrying American and Nigerian soldiers had departed the village of Tongo in Niger, heading deep into the unforgiving wilderness on a mission of vital importance. Their objective: to gather intelligence on a high-ranking ISIS leader named Dundo Shefu, a ruthless extremist whose reign of terror had left a trail of bloodshed and devastation in his wake. Little did the soldiers know that this seemingly routine operation would soon escalate into a harrowing fight for survival against an overwhelmingly superior enemy force, a battle that would etch itself into the annals of military valor and sacrifice. The stage was set for one of the fiercest clashes American Special Operations Forces had faced in recent years, a true test of their training, fortitude, and the unbreakable bonds of brotherhood that defined them. The convoy had been on the move for only a short time when the first shots rang out, sporadic bursts of enemy fire signaling the start of a well-planned ambush. The soldiers reacted with the precision and discipline that had been drilled into them through countless hours of training, dismounting swiftly and engaging the initial threat. 4 insurgents were swiftly neutralized, but this was merely the opening salvo in a much larger and more terrifying confrontation. As the Green Berets peered into the distance, their hearts must have sunk at the chilling sight that greeted them. Nearly 100 enemy fighters on motorcycles and pickup trucks, armed with a formidable array of machine guns, mortars, and heavy weapons, rapidly converging on their position. It was a scene straight out of a nightmare, a vastly outnumbered force facing a relentless onslaught from a well-equipped and determined foe. The team leader, recognizing the grave danger they faced, made the difficult decision to order an immediate withdrawal. But in the chaos of battle, the retreat was delayed and uncoordinated, leaving 3 Green Berets, Brian Black, Jeremiah Johnson, and Dustin Wright, isolated and alone, facing the overwhelming enemy force without support. What ensued was a desperate fight for survival, a true crucible of courage and unwavering commitment to one's comrades. Brian Black was the first to fall, struck down instantly as he provided covering fire to allow his brothers in arms to escape. Johnson and Wright, undeterred by the maelstrom of bullets whizzing past them, dragged Black's body to what little cover they could find, but were soon forced to make the agonizing decision to leave their fallen brother behind. As they fled across the open savanna, Johnson was hit, his body crumpling to the ground. Wright, in a display of selfless bravery that would become the stuff of legend, turned back to defend his wounded comrade, despite having a chance to escape to safety. Both men were grievously wounded, and in a final act of brutality that defied the Geneva Conventions, the ISIS fighters closed in and executed them at close range. Elsewhere on the battlefield, Staff Sergeant LaDavid Johnson, the team's mechanic, found himself separated from the main group and surrounded by the relentless enemy force. With unwavering determination, he fought off wave after wave of attackers, running nearly a mile across the unforgiving terrain before making his final stand behind a small bush. For hours, his assault rifle was the only barrier between him and the overwhelming force that sought to extinguish his life. It was only when an armed vehicle approached within 100 yards and unleashed a hail of bullets that Johnson's valiant resistance was finally extinguished, his sacrifice etching his name into the annals of military valor. Meanwhile, the team leaders, Michael Perezzini and Brent Bartles, coordinated the surviving American and Nigerian forces, struggling to evade the pursuit of the well-equipped enemy. As they sent desperate calls for help, their situation grew increasingly dire. Surrounded on all sides, they prepared for the worst, destroying sensitive equipment and sending final farewells to their loved ones, steeling themselves for the ultimate sacrifice. Just when all hope seemed lost, a glimmer of salvation appeared in the form of French air support, arriving over an hour into the battle. With their aid, the survivors were finally extracted from the kill zone, but the toll had been heavy. 4 American Green Berets and 4 Nigerian soldiers had made the ultimate sacrifice, their lives cut short in the line of duty. In the aftermath of the Tongo ambush, a nation mourned its fallen heroes, their names etched into the annals of military history as shining examples of unwavering courage, selflessness, and the unbreakable bonds of brotherhood that define the elite forces. The battle served as a stark reminder of the perils faced by those who stand on the front lines, defending freedom and democracy in the most hostile corners of the world. As the sun set over the Sahel that fateful day, a solemn silence fell over the battlefield, punctuated only by the mournful notes of taps echoing across the desert sands. In that moment, the sacrifices made by the fallen Green Berets and their Nigerian comrades took on a profound significance, a testament to the resilient spirit of the American soldier and the unyielding commitment to the ideals of liberty and justice that have guided our nation through its darkest hours. In the days and weeks that followed, the stories of valor and heroism that emerged from the Tongo ambush would inspire a nation and serve as a powerful reminder of the debt we owe to those who willingly sacrifice everything in the name of duty. From the selfless actions of Dustin Wright, who turned back to defend his wounded brother in arms, to the unwavering defiance of LaDavid Johnson, who fought to the bitter end against overwhelming odds, each soldier's story became a beacon of hope and resilience in the face of adversity. As the years pass, the legacy of the Tongo ambush will endure, a sorrowful yet inspiring chapter in the annals of military history that will forever inspire generations of warriors to come. For those who fell on that fateful day, their names will be etched into the hallowed walls of memorial sites, their sacrifices serving as a poignant reminder of the high cost of freedom and the unwavering commitment of those who wear the uniform. And as the sun rises over the Sahel once more, the spirits of the fallen Green Berets will continue to watch over their comrades, their valor and sacrifice an eternal flame that burns brightly in the hearts of all who have sworn to defend the principles of liberty and justice, no matter the cost. How could such a well-coordinated and overwhelming enemy force have gone undetected, catching the elite Green Beret team by surprise? Were there intelligence failures or lapses in communication that left the soldiers vulnerable? And perhaps most crucially, what was the true nature of the mission that had led these warriors into harm's way, deep in the hostile terrain of the Sahel? Leave your comments below. Thank you for watching.